What if I told you OpenAI is worth more than, but still not profitable? What if I told you that one company founded just a few years ago is now generating over $10 billion a year, partnering with Microsoft and Oracle in deals worth hundreds of billions, and yet it's still burning cash like wildfire? This is OpenAI in 2025, and in this video, we are going to decode how it makes money, why it's being valued at over $300 billion, what risk it faces, and what the next few years could bring. If you care about AI businesses or where the tech world is heading, stay with me because some of what you are about to hear will shock you. What is OpenAI? OpenAI started in 2015 as a research lab with a mission: create safe artificial general intelligence, that is AGI. Fast forward, its ChatGPT tool launched in late 2022, and it changed everything. Overnight, millions began using it. Businesses started integrating it. Developers began building products on its API. By mid 2025, OpenAI is not just a tool, it's a platform. It's powering conversational AI, text generation, image generation, video, multimodal work. It's moving into enterprise tools, custom model licenses, huge infrastructure deals. But growth hasn't meant instant profit. In fact, the costs are enormous. Training big models, securing massive cloud compute, hiring AI talents. It's a race, a very expensive race. Now we'll talk about its core revenue streams. So how exactly does OpenAI bring in billions of dollars? Let's break it down. The first is obviously ChatGPT subscription. This is probably the most visible income stream. Users who want faster responses, priority access, newer features pay a monthly fee. Plans like ChatGPT Plus for power users and teams, higher tiers, this gives recurring revenue, pretty predictable cash flow. According to recent data, more than 70% of OpenAI's revenue comes from consumer subscription. The second, enterprise and business plans. Large organizations pay custom fees for enterprise seats. They often want higher usage limits, better security, dedicated support. OpenAI sells to businesses who integrate its model internally. These enterprises deals often run large per seat or per usage revenue. The third, API licensing or the developer access. This is where developers or companies who want to embed OpenAI's model into their own app or workflow pay by usage. It could be token usage for text or image generation, that is DAL-E, or other modalities. So instead of paying for the ChatGPT app, they pay for raw model power. The fourth, custom models, licensing and partnerships. OpenAI sometimes build customized or fine-tuned models for specific clients or licenses its technology in bigger contracts. Also, large infrastructure, cloud computing partnership, for example, the partnership for building data centers or deals around serving computer needs. Oracle has a huge cloud deal coming. The fifth, new revenue sources. Things like the ChatGPT store where people can build custom GPT bots or agents, automation tools, also as OpenAI pushes into multimodal AI. That is video, image, voice, those become potential income streams. Monetization via usage fee there too. So when you add them all up, subscription plus enterprise plus AI plus licensing plus partnership, that's how OpenAI got an annualized revenue run rate of 10 to 12 billion dollars in mid 2025. Its cost and challenges? Now, making billions is great, but spending them is just as real. Here are the biggest challenges: the massive compute and infrastructure cost. Training large models, GPT-4, GPT-4.5, etc., requires huge amount of GPU and cloud resources. Running them at scale for millions of users is expensive. OpenAI has signed a deal with Oracle worth $300 billion over 5 years of cloud compute infrastructure coming online in 2027. Now, the talent costs, research and development. The best AI researchers, engineers, data scientists are expensive. Maintaining leadership in AI means constant research, model improvement, safety and alignment work that costs money. Operational cost and data cost. Data acquisition, storage, cleaning, also compliance, privacy, security, especially for enterprise clients. Also, server, hardware cost, power, data center build out, profitably and burn rate. Despite huge revenue, OpenAI is not yet profitable. Projections suggest that they may not turn profit until 2029. There's also huge cash burn to scale up infrastructure to stay ahead in AI competition. These challenges are not just technical but financial and strategic. Balancing growth, that is how fast to scale, versus the cost control versus maintaining safety and ethics. Now, the surprising insights. Here are some twists in the plot that many people don't realize. Revenue share with Microsoft and partners. OpenAI is renegotiating its deals. It used to share 20% of revenue with commercial partners like Microsoft, but is expected to reduce that share to 8% by end of this decade. That means more revenue stays with OpenAI. Valuation and big investment rounds. In early 2025, OpenAI raised 40 billion USD, led by a SoftBank valuing the company at 300 billion. Massive capital to fuel growth. Cloud infrastructure deals. The Oracle Cloud deal, Project Stargate, valued at 300 billion for infrastructure usage starting 2027. This shows how critical raw computing power has become. Corporate structure changes. OpenAI is moving towards a new structure. Its non-profit parent is going to hold a large equity stake in the for-profit entity, potentially reshaping how profit, mission, and control work. The revenue run rate and growth. As of mid-2025, annualized revenue run rate hit 10 to 12 billion, nearly double from earlier. These surprises tell us OpenAI isn't just riding hype, it's making strategic bets and also positioning itself for long-term dominance. Now, the future trajectory and what to watch. So, what might the future hold and what should you as a viewer or creator or entrepreneur pay attention to? The first, sustainable profitability. Will OpenAI finally get into the black of 2029? Can it optimize infrastructure costs? Plus, raise pricing in some segments without losing customers. The second, enterprise versus consumer ratio. As more businesses buy enterprise solutions, margins might improve. Enterprise deals often lead to higher revenue per dollar of cost. Watching how big corporations adopt AI will matter. The third, multimodal expansion. Video, voice, image, video generation. The more modalities, the more use cases, but also the more cost. Complexity. Can OpenAI scale these while keeping quality and margin? The fourth, regulatory and ethical pressures. Privacy, safety, copyright, data, these can impose cost or legal constraints. OpenAI will need to navigate those carefully. The fifth, infrastructure and compute strategy. Those cloud deals, Oracle, etc., show that compute is moving from outsource to diverse infrastructure. Efficiency, energy usage, and power sources will be huge. If you think of OpenAI in 5 years, it might look less like a startup and more like a global AI infrastructure backbone, powering many apps and services behind the scenes, while also delivering direct value to consumers. Now, let me pull this all together. OpenAI's core strength is subscription, enterprise, APIs, licensing, which together fuel its multi-billion-dollar revenue engines. But its cost, compute, talent, infrastructure, safety are massive, not yet profitable but growing fast. Strategic moves, valuation, cloud deals, corporate structures show its positioning for long-term dominance, not just short-term hype. If you are interested in AI or business, here's what you should do next. Watch enterprise offers, check when new modalities releases, see how pricing or subscription models evolve, because those will tell us when AI become truly baked into everything. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe to my channel and comment below what surprised you most about OpenAI's business model and what company should I decode next. Comment down below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.